25. Let's see, I started using drugs when I started drinking and smoking weed when I was probably 13, and then went on from there and got onto harder stuff from there. And I think I started using heroin when I was maybe 16, 17, closer to 17, I think. Mm-hmm. But before that, I'd used speed and everything like that as well. And there was a couple of things that, like my self-confidence and self-esteem, not feeling comfortable in my own skin, stuff like that, that kind of drew me to it.
Yes.
But in saying that, when I was drinking and smoking weed, it was kind of like a chain of events. I started drinking and smoking, then I went to smoking weed, then I went to taking ecstasy, then speed, and it kind of just went up, and heroin was the last.
That was me when I was still addicted. Even though I wasn't using as often, I was still thinking about using every day. I was staying in bed until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I didn't care about the way I looked. I didn't care about anything really. And it was shocking to see how I am now compared to how I was then. It's definitely different. I don't know that person anymore. I really just don't know her anymore. It was like a progression. So I went from that to smoking weed and then doing ecstasy. Again, next progression was speed. After that was ice, and then heroin. And that was my drug of choice for the majority of the time I was addicted. I stuck with that longer than I stuck with any of the other things. And I felt like in the way that I didn't feel like anything else was an option kind of thing. I just felt like, okay, this is what I have to do, and this makes me feel good, and this makes me not be so self-conscious, and it just makes me not feel so anxious. And so I just kind of was like, okay, I'm sick of this one now, I'm going to move to the next one kind of thing. And the next one would make me feel better than the last one did. And then that's when I got stuck on heroin, and I was addicted to it for a very long time. I think I started when I was about 17 and went on from there. And yeah, I did whatever I had to get money so that I could go, because I knew that if I didn't have it, I would be sick. All my insecurities and anxieties would come out. So I did whatever I had to, which, yeah, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. And I hurt a lot of people along the way. My journey of not becoming addicted started when I went into detoxes, I went into rehab centres, and the problem was that I wasn't the one that wanted to do that. I kept saying, oh no, I'm fine. And everybody else wanted me to go into rehab, and everyone else wanted me to go into detox, and said, oh, it's fine. You'll be better when this is over. And I tried doing it before I did detox and rehab. I did try doing it by myself, and it didn't work. And then detox and rehab did those, they didn't work. I came out of there being on medications and was still addicted. And then my mum told me about Keith and what he does. And I realized that I'm like, well, I've tried everything else. Why not just try it kind of thing? And that was 4.5 years ago. And I haven't used since then, because of Keith, I am not addicted. I don't think about using. I don't feel, every time I'm stressed out, I used to, every time I was stressed out, feel like, okay, how would I feel differently if I went and used now? I wouldn't be stressed out. I wouldn't be this, I wouldn't be that. But now that I worked on all these things with Keith, I don't even think about that anymore. I am just really grateful that I believed enough that I could do it, and that he believed that I could do it. Because on the first day that I saw him, he said, oh, you won't be addicted, kind of thing. You're not addicted. And that he could change what everybody else in the whole addiction world had been telling me. He could change that. So, and I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the work that he does.